This movie shows why I'm never going to become a sailor. Thank you, Ron Howard. In the Heart of the Sea is directed by Ron Howard and stars Chris Hemsworth, Benjamin Walker, Cillian Murphy, Tom Holland, and Brendan Gleeson. This is about the true story that inspired this guy to write Moby Dick, and that is it. Chris Hemsworth plays a sailor, and he's handsome. He's on a boat, whales attack them, and they're gonna die. The end. Goodbye. I was pumped for this movie because Ron Howard is an awesome filmmaker. He is fantastic. You watch some of his films and you could just see the visual style that he has with his films. If you watch a film like A Beautiful Mind or Cinderella Man or Grinch or a Apollo 13 or a Rush, you could see that this guy has such a unique style for production design and really true stories in general. What I will say is the first thing that I really liked were the visuals. Now, granted, the visuals weren't as great as I thought they would be, but they were pretty strong. I love the set designs. I love them. And the boats, they look very real. Like, Ron Howard usually has a good eye for sets and props and all that stuff, so he did very good with that. And costumes, too. I love the costumes in this film. Love them. What did I think of the movie overall? I thought it was okay. I thought this was a big disappointment. I didn't think it was a terrible film. I just thought it was okay. It's definitely one of Ron Howard's weakest films. How is Chris Hemsworth? Well, he worked with Ron Howard on his last film, Rush, and he was great in that. Chris Hemsworth is very good in this film. He is. But he has an accent that kind of goes on and off. He has like an English accent, then he has a New England accent. It just goes back and forth. There are times when you can hear him that I'm like, oh, Chris, what are you doing? He lost a lot of weight for this movie, and that haunted me. And that's kind of why I never want to be a sailor. Cillian Murphy was really good, too. He is so good in everything he's in. That guy is such a good actor. Tom Holland, Spider-Man. It was cool seeing him interact with Thor. He did good, too. I mean, he whined a lot in this movie, but I can understand why. Benjamin Walker. I did not like him at all. He overacted, in my opinion. He wasn't compelling. He was only, like, interested in maybe one scene in the film. And that was only like for 2 minutes, and that's it. He reminded me so much of a Jai Courtney. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me who thinks that. But he reminded me so much of Jai Courtney. I wanted him to get off the movie. But granted, I don't know why Ron Howard put him in this movie. But my favorite performance was Brendan Gleeson, who was great. He was being interviewed by Ben Whishaw, Eric Striffer's doppelganger, about Moby Dick. And you hear the story from Brendan Gleeson's perspective. And that whole storyline was awesome. I was so into that storyline. Like, my eyes were glued to the screen the entire time. Like, when I was like, okay, can we go back to Brendan Gleeson? Then when he comes back, I'm like, the film was nicely shot, but you could tell that there was a lot of green screen in this movie. Like, there are some movies that use a lot of green screen that are seamless, like The Walk, for example, or The Martian. This one, you could kind of tell where certain screen shots were, and that kind of pissed me off. And also, the movie was just very slow. Like I said with the Brendan Gleeson stuff, that stuff was really fast. But when they went to, like, Chris Hemsworth's story, it just got slow. And his character was kind of cliche. Like, his wife was pregnant. And they're like, if you don't come back, you're never going to see your child. That is such a cliche. I'm sorry. That is a cliche, Ron Howard. And also, the script is very weak. It's not the direction that's bad. It's the script. The characters weren't really that compelling, in my opinion. So overall, In the Heart of the Sea was it was a letdown. I was tired during certain moments of the movie, and I was upset when I left the theater. But overall, I didn't hate the film. There were things I liked, but because of the weak script and not so compelling characters and the pacing, In the Heart of the Sea was a letdown. This movie gets a solid C. Do I recommend it? I do. But go a matinee, try to find it in 2D where you only pay $5. I had to go see it in regular IMAX. I paid $11. I'm glad I didn't see it in 3D. Guys, tell me down below what you thought of In the Heart of the Sea. What's your favorite Ron Howard film? Mine is A Beautiful Mind. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon.